We're going into places that's never been reached before. From my point of view, from my perspective. This particular channel is dedicated to folks that don't have a voice, that have opinions, that don't have an outlet. This channel is dedicated to the artists, to the unsung heroes, to the folks that have like-minded opinions and point of views and maybe even disagree. How's the sound now? Before I go any further, let me know how I'm sounding right now. Did my volume improve any? Do I need to make some more adjustments? Mic check, mic check. Test, 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 test. Hello, 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 hello. Let me know down in the comment section if you can hear me. If my volume is any better than it was before. Because I'm using a different ear set. So I don't know how these work. Anyone. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Yo, 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 yo. Anything. My brother, what is up? What is up? What is up? Real quick. Okay. I just wanted to make sure my volume was right. Salutes to you, King. Solicitor's Minds is a brilliant writer. The last couple of days, he's been reciting some work from other poets. If you're not familiar with him, check out his page. This brother, man, he knows how to deliver. Not only has he done a few of my pieces, but he's done multiple artists' poetry. And I'm telling you, he's smooth with his cadence, his authenticity, the way he enunciates and punctuates the words, man. Dude is dope. Salutes to him. Salutes to Cover Joy. I appreciate y'all for coming out. We're going to get into it tonight before we kick off this week. I don't want nobody to go to bed with negative energy or, any type of bad omens or anything like that, on them. I mean, you're not supposed to go to bed angry, so why not, Yesterday we got on here. I'm not mad at you, bro. Yesterday we got on here, me and Latia, real serious. If you ain't checked that out, go back to my live from yesterday. There's actually 2 parts to it, just in case you want to get better context on what the topic was about. And we actually have a few of them. there was some that I wanted to speak on yesterday, and I didn't because we had already had something going on with the whole transgender male female situation. We just kind of touched on that, and I didn't want to drag it and bring anything else on, especially since I wanted everybody to be in attendance for when we had that talk. But tonight is a whole different vibe, a whole different subject. I'm just happy to be in front of this camera again. I'm honored to be able to speak to you guys to talk about serious stuff. And yeah, we're gonna go ahead and get right into it. I see you try the Ric Flair nigga, right?
What's up with you, brother?
You on your Ric Flair shit, huh?
I follow the drip. You know what I mean?
I
Yeah,
hear
man.
you.
Yeah, I'm 6 rings. Getting on here, man. Had a lot going on yesterday, and I'm glad to be on here today. But before we get started, man, like I just want to say, shout out to all the mothers for the day, man. Happy Mother's Day to all the hard working and strong women out there, man. Y'all, I know y'all go through a lot, but yeah, man, the day is y'all day, and y'all deserve all y'all flowers. Y'all know who y'all are. Y'all deserve the flowers. So, uh, we just gonna go. I
One
guess
of
we just
one.
gonna go ahead and get into it, huh?
Yeah. I know you've been waiting. You've been waiting to get to this. I'm ready. Go
All right.
ahead and do what you gotta do.
Okay, so outside. So yeah, so we're gonna go ahead and get into it. I mean, I know it's Mother's Day, but this topic right here been long overdue, and we need to really go ahead and touch on it, and so we can move past it. It was a situation in the news, and uh, a teenage boy shot his stepfather for asking him to wash the dishes, and I just thought that was mad crazy when I heard that story. I mean, you gonna shoot your peoples for you gonna shoot the man for asking you to wash some dishes, trying to instill discipline. I just think, man, like I don't know what's up with this youth. I mean, I know we had topics on the situation with the teacher and the student. The student enclosed in on their space. We had another situation where the teacher was like the aggressor. You know, saying he tried to warn the student, and then he jumped all on the student and lost his job or whatever. But I'm just saying it's crazy, man. The problem is the youth don't have, what I'm saying, no morals, or ain't nobody instilling them no respect. Pretty much, the youth don't got no respect. So that's why those situations happen like that. To me, man, it was a lady came on there, man, and said, it's not no, it don't make sense. She said it don't make sense for a man, a man to raise another man's child. She said it makes the man weak anyway if you do that. Raising another man's child make you weak. So going back to that situation, what I just said with that teenager, the teenager, shooting his stepfather over over him asking him to straighten up, pretty much straighten up, wash the dishes, what I'm saying, keep the house clean, stuff like that. And I'm just saying there's a lot of situations that are like that, and we need to do a better job with, instilling respect in these kids, man, because these kids just don't have no idea how fucked up, how twisted, the world is out here, man. And Me personally, I rather go ahead and discipline them and give them that structure, give them that tax that ass while they at home, than for them to go out and take a bullet in the brain, if you know what I'm saying. Because the society, they don't give a damn about our kids. You know what I'm saying? When they lost like that, they go to jail. You know what I'm saying? They shoot them up, all that. So we got to do. It starts at home. They say it starts at home. I'm trying to figure out why did that young boy feel like to flex on discipline from his stepdad. Me personally, I feel like because he's not his biological. Oh, excuse me about that. Excuse me. But I feel as though it's not he's not his biological parent. That's what I feel. But you give me your take, brother, man. But that's where my stands at. I feel like the youth flex up because they frustrated that I guess the parents they just didn't work out or whatever like that. So they flex on the new parent. That's what I think. You tell me.
The whole situation confuses me, right? Because this is a teenager we're speaking about. I assume. So where do we point the finger at with the behavior? Where does it lie? Where does it start? Do we put the blame 100% on the child for for his behavior, or do we go back to the root of it, which is the parents, the mom and the dad? We don't really know how his upbringing was with either or. We don't know if the father was involved in his life. We don't know if mother kept the father away. We really don't know the totality behind the upbringing in general. How do we get to the point to where this young man has so much self entitlement and just flat out have the balls to think that he can assault an adult over something so stupid in the first place? Where was the mom at? Where's the father at? Which another thing that kind of makes me think too is what kind of relationship did this stepfather have with the stepson? Are they married? Is this man married to the mom, or is he really just sleeping with her? Is he new into his life? Did he know him for a long period of time? Did he have time to build a relationship with the teenager, or was he just somebody just passing by?
So what's the
My
so what
issue.
what's the
But
guideline with that though? What's the like you named all them scenarios. So what's your line? What's the line? Do you feel like uh as a grown ass man that you and me are, do you feel like if you raising another man's child, do you feel like that make you a weak ass man?
that whole idea is subjective for me. That could vary. Ideally, you want both parents to be with each other. You want the core foundation. You want that household to be intact with the biological parents. We don't have that really too much surrounding us on a regular basis anymore. What we have is people randomly just sleeping around with each other for whatever reason. Some people are just sleeping around just to have fun and want to get their nut off until they get to a certain age in their life to where now they want to settle down. Some folks want something serious, but the dynamics have changed to the point to where standards aren't matching up with morality. Shit is mixed up and convoluted. If
Yeah.
if a person wants to date someone that's a single parent, a lot of stuff comes with that. You First of all,
I agree.
I don't really know.
Codependency. Codependency. That's a good one.
A lot of parents don't want other people disciplining their children, and I
Why?
think
Why?
that's the main problem right there.
Why though?
See, there's a thin line. There's a thin line. You're not supposed to spare your child from discipline. A lot of people don't believe in putting hands on children. I believe that every so often you might have to, lay into them if they're getting out of place. And I'm not talking about throwing them through a wall or no crazy shit like that. But what I am saying is you have to have you have to have boundaries. They're not supposed to disrespect you. You're not supposed to be scared of your kids. You're not, it's just a certain degree to which you can go that's not overkill. My grandma would whoop my ass if I said the wrong word to her, if I cussed around her, if I did something in school that wasn't right. You had to, when you was in school and you did something wrong and your parents got that phone call, all day you was thinking about that ass whooping you was probably going to get on the way home.
Fact.
These kids don't care two licks about that. Now, you got parents that don't even want to discipline their kids, let alone you trying to bring someone into your life to date, and you expect them to allow someone that's just laying down with you. You think they're gonna let them do it? Nah. So in that aspect, I don't advise people to date folks that have kids unless you have a conversation and y'all have an understanding and
Mm-hmm.
there's things on the table that says, well, look, I know my child, I know they can be bad, they can be disrespectful. You put all that on the table. You have the conversation. If you are going to be a stepfather, or you find yourself in a situation where you're really going to take them serious, and you willing to take that on, you need to have that talk. Because if I can't be a parental role in their life, I mean a full parental role. I'm not talking about just buying them stuff and doing all the fun shit. I'm talking about giving advice, saying no, you can't have this, or you need to do this, or you need to do that when mom ain't away. If I can't be fully in it without you constantly attacking my authority or my place within the relationship, because that's what it's supposed to be, then it shouldn't happen. But so there's a there's a it's a gray area.
Now,
It depends
let
on
me.
the people.
So let me ask you a question, because since you said that, touching on what you just said, as a grown ass man, right? How do you feel when you know they question your authority if you was in a relationship with someone with kids and they always tell you, man, you ain't my father. You ain't, what I'm saying, you ain't my mom, you ain't my father. But you trying to teach they ass something though. It ain't like I say, it ain't always about pulling that strap out, putting them over your knee, spanking them. It ain't always about that. Even though it might come down to that sometimes, it's about raising their mind, you know what I'm saying, teaching their mind so they can move better out here. It's giving them something that they need more so that they want. And I'm just telling you, how would you feel if that's your intentions, and they tell you, you know, you need to ask my mom, or you ain't my father, you know what I'm saying, or stuff like that. Come back at you like that, and you doing for their ass. You know what I'm saying? And so as a grown ass man, how would you feel about that?
It go back to what I said. We we all are adults here. I would like to believe we're all pretty much over the age of 18, and we've all had our own life. Some people might have had kids out of wedlock. For whatever reason, the relationship didn't work. You go through a phase where you don't want to be with nobody, or you decide that you want to start dating someone. You bring these people slowly into your life. Maybe you wait a couple of weeks, a couple of months before you allow them to meet your child. Sorry about that. You wait a couple of weeks, you go on a couple of dates, you decide, all right, they passed the test. You have exhibited to me and demonstrated that this is more than a one night stand. You're not just here to get your rocks off and go. Now we're embarking on something more serious, more deep. Now it's time for you to have the conversations. Now it's time for you to discuss your limitations and their limitations. What you will accept, what you won't accept. We you know there's things that you have to talk about. There's things that you have to deal with before you go any deeper. And a lot of folks don't like to have those conversations or those talks. Everything is fun. Everything is about how you make me feel. And it doesn't really get serious until now you have to start dealing with other components that come into play with these relationships. Like I said, if if it's me, I need to know: am I going to be fully in this? Am I just a part time? Am I just somebody here for entertainment purposes, or is this going to be more than just a casual thing? Because if you're going to put a limitation on how I parent and what I bring to this relationship, then there's no relationship ultimately. What's the point? Why am I staying? Why am I even here? I'm going to respect your wishes, but you're going to respect mine, and we have to either come to some agreement or go our separate ways. At the end of the day, I can't be here with you, and I can't fully be myself and do what I need to do as the male figure in the household if you're not going to allow me to be fully. At the end of the day,
Let me ask you this question on these situations, because that's a good point you just made about being yourself. That's a great point. All right, my question is this: Do you think subconsciously? I know it's Mother's Day and all of that. I get that, but do you think subconsciously that that single mothers out here only want to deal with the man, in the bedroom, and that's it. They don't want the whole family thing. And maybe because they don't want the family thing, because they had kids with somebody and it failed. You see what I'm saying? If you have kids with somebody and you don't marry them, that's failure. That is failure, by the way. And because of that, you don't, subconsciously, you don't want to. They don't really want the family no more. So that's what I'm saying. It's situations that maybe the man might want the family, and she don't want him like that. You see what I'm saying? She might still want to deal with him, but she don't want him in the role of whoever she had them kids with. You see what I'm saying? Like she had kids with somebody, bro. So whoever she had them kids with, she don't want you to be. You're not gonna be that. I'm gonna say it like that. You gonna be under that. So you gotta look at it like that. You can't never. She don't want to get back on that family type level. She only probably want to deal with herself. So mainly what I'm saying, subconsciously, they only want the relationship to themselves. They don't want to share you with their kids. Subconscious. That's that's just what you talk about. What the situation is. It's ideal. It's ideal if you with somebody that y'all supposed to be. And they got kids. You date somebody with kids that you supposed to be a family. You take on the kids too. They involved. But what I'm saying is subconsciously in their mind, they already had that life. So they don't really want that no more. They failed. They didn't marry their father. So that's failure. So because of that, they don't look at you as somebody that's gonna be him. They only want you really to deal with just their needs and their needs alone. What you think about that?
I want to. I'm gonna answer that, but I want to spin the block real quick on the young man that shot the stepfather.
Yeah.
Would you say that his course of action had anything to do with her inability to successfully maintain a relationship with the biological parent?
Of course. I think that's what I was trying to say. With in the beginning when I said he because think about it. If you shot your stepfather, he was only asking you to wash the dishes. He was only asking you to maintain the house. He was only asking you to take out the trash. He was only asking you to clean your fucking room. That's all he was trying to do. He was trying to make sure that everything in the house is maintained. He was trying to show you some shit. But because I'm gonna take the stepfather out because that mother, whoever his mother is, didn't take care of her business with his father, you get situations like that. Because what you gotta fail to realize in them situations with the step parent, you got the biological parent. The biological parent is the primary, they the primary parent. The step parent is the secondary parent. You see what I'm saying? So primarily, she didn't for that to even happen like that with the stepfather. She didn't. She probably didn't had them kids to respect him, and it goes back to what I just said. With she didn't look at him like that. But the the kid problem is, you like I say they say stuff like you're not my dad. He probably didn't have a relationship after their relationship with his own biological father because truth be told, for all single ladies out here or single mothers, your kids gonna get their ass beat by somebody. That's just the reality of this shit. All that trying to say you can't do this with my kids, you can't do that, it's gonna happen. Whether you meet somebody and they show them the way, or whether you let them get all out of control and then somebody put a bullet in their ass. Either way, it's gonna happen. However way you trying to go. So all that trying to, get around that, it's no means around that. Either you let their father do it, which that's the way it should be intended. If you know somebody and if you have kids with someone, that's the ideal situation. But what I'm saying is in those other situations like that, you gotta you gotta know the person good enough and you gotta be more comfortable with the person so you won't have these type of situations where he feel like I ain't gotta listen listen to you. I go get my gat and I take care of you like this. And I'm telling you, the reason why that situation happened is because the mother didn't handle her business with her son. That's what happened. And because she didn't do that, you get situations like that happen. You hear situations like that. If she would have handled her business, he would have never felt like he had to raise up at the stepfather.
One thing I do want to, well, there's two things I want to point out. There was a comment that was made, and they said that children, spend more of their time in school versus with their parents, which is true. There's things that happen in school in that 8 hours that parents will never know about, never see. A lot of parents aren't even active or involved enough. I mean, we used to smoke in school. We used to have sex in the hallways and in the stairwells and smoke weed and all types of crazy shit in school, and parents ain't know about it. Even to this day, they doing it. I mean, you got cases where kids are ODing and dying from popping pills and all types of shit in school, and parents ain't knowing about it or aware of it until it's on the news and it happens to them. The thing that I wanted to point out also too is, I'm not saying this is 100% the case for everybody, but you have these situations with mothers where they don't respect the person that they're dating. If you're a stepfather or you're someone that you're just smashing mom and she don't respect you, and the kids see it. I've seen videos of that shit too. The mom would disrespect the man, and the kids will mimic the mother. So now you got a situation where, because the mom is ratchet and ignorant, the kid is picking up on her behavior and carrying it over elsewhere, spilling into other areas of his life or her life. I mean, that's one way that you can look at it. When it's all said and done and you break all of this down and really unpack it, there's different influences that stem from everywhere that could be a huge component into why this young man did what he did. I ain't condoning it. Clearly, it's crazy, ridiculous, and he should be held accountable. The mom should definitely have some eyes pointed on her. And I don't know what the father is. I don't know what his relationship like could currently be with the guy, but they need to look at that. I'm hoping they're looking at it. But, a lot of times when these cases pop up, you get CPS involved and things of that nature, and it only goes but so far. There was a girl who took a pill in the UK. She died through drowning because of Everett saying stay hydrated. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Where is the parents at? How don't you know that your kid is addicted to something? How don't you know they smoke or they drink or they're not virgins anymore? How don't you know what's going on? We can sit here and act like we know everything and we monitor everything and we're just the most perfect parents in the world, but nobody's perfect. A lot of us could care two shits about what our kids doing. We just want to get away from them for 8 or 9 hours because they drive us crazy, and we want some time to ourselves to do fun shit and do shit that we was doing when we was teenagers. And my heart, my prayers go out to her family, bro. Nobody, no, especially a kid. Nobody should lose their life like that. What's good, bro? What's good? Money Hall, salute to everybody in the room, man. That's some real stuff, though, man.
Yeah, it's terrible, man. And that goes back to learning everything at home. You gotta it all starts at home with the kids. I mean, we got that situation with these phones, like that situation with the student swinging at the teacher first. The phone, the parents should already be in touch with these phones. Because first of all, these kids ain't paying no damn bills to be having these phones anyway. And what we need to do as parents is, if they're gonna have a phone before they grown or whatever like that, we need to be a little bit more responsible and put parental locks and parental shit on this phone, because these kids not responsible. There's a lot of stuff on these phones that fuck their mind up. And then have them thinking a certain way. And then next thing you know, there's gonna be a whole argument in there. So we got to go through these phones, parents. I know people preaching about activating privacy and all that, but I'm a father. I don't give a damn. I'm coming in there. I'm gonna invade shit. I'm gonna go all through it, so you can prevent these problems from happening. Because if you really had eyeballs on your kids, you know what I'm saying, you would know the things they do. If they have sex, or they smoking weed and shit like that, that we was did back in our day. But I'm just saying, you notice all of that, and it's just a new day, and you just gotta remember how stuff is out there. You gotta be on top of these kids, because one thing about these kids, if you give them an inch, they think they can take a mile. Always remember that. They think they can play you. They think you was born yesterday. All that. But when you on that ass, now it's a new ball game. You see what I'm saying? So for some parents, it's uncomfortable now. You got to be on these kids' ass, or what's going to be a problem with these kids. You're going to have more problems as they grow older. That's why I say get them early, so they know how to act now when they're not around. Some kids, you can tell when you see kids out, they know how to act. You know why? Because they got parents that tell them how to act. Some kids get away from their parents and go bazookas. Why? Because their parents don't get that. So you got different. So you can tell when you see them. You can tell. But once again, it all starts at home. And like I say, in this era right here, social media era, fuck that privacy. That privacy is cut. You got to get them phones turned and see what's going on, because them phones is fucking kids' heads up. That's all I got to say about that.
I look at cases like this, and just a heads up, bro. You was breaking up a little bit when you was talking, so just be mindful of your location when you speaking. But I want to say this: whether you're a parent or you're not a parent, ideally, you know right from wrong. You have principles. You went through a phase in your life where you had to figure out what was best for your walk and for your purpose, and how you wanted to create something that was going to be long lasting, that was going to be healthy and productive. You had to create that. Someone had to instill that in you at some point in your life. You had mentors, you had loved ones, you had friends, you had experiences that taught you that being ignorant or carrying yourself and conducting yourself a certain way was going to be you know, this masculine to everyone around you, you already, you know, has some sense of understanding as to how that would trickle down to everyone connected. Whether you're a parent or not, if you know, have nieces, nephews, or you're a parent yourself, and you consciously move in a way that is destructive mentally, emotionally, and spiritually to the younger generation, you are just as guilty as the child that pulled the trigger. You're not excluded. You're just as much accounted for that murder or them dying or being suicidal as the person that lost their life to drugs, to jail, to the street life, to prostitution, to getting kicked out of school, to disrespecting principals, to disrespecting elderly folk. You're just as guilty. If you allow them to listen to certain music, if you allow them to talk to other people a certain way, if you put them in an environment that creates them to end up being on the street selling drugs or whatever the case may be because of something in your past life that you didn't heal from and you didn't get over and you didn't get help for, and you pass that along to someone else because of your inability to take care of your own shit, then guess what? You're just as guilty as the next person. You're just as guilty as that kid that shot his stepfather because you had the opportunity to do something and you turned the other cheek, or you didn't think it was important, or you thought your lifestyle was more convenient without the extra headache. So you deviate from your responsibility, your moral responsibility, to add something that could contribute to something better. You decided to opt out of that option to go into something else because you didn't want the headache. You didn't want to exert all of your time and your energy into being a decent human being. You wanted to be ratchet and ignorant and retarded and trifling and just use all types of different discorded language and lingo and carry yourself and walk a different way because you wanted to still be a fucking child and a fucking teenager and act like you was in high school. You wanted to still live like that. You're 50 years old, you're 70 years old, you're 40 years old, still acting like a fucking kid, and now your kids are acting like they can still be kids when they get older and older and older, and the shit just continues to trickle down. You're just as guilty. You're no better. None of them, male or female. If you're a single mom and you chose to sleep with fuckboys, you chose to sleep with Chads and Tyrones, you didn't want to use the right mindset and the right guidance to properly court and be courted and date the right man that was going to nurture you and lead you in the right ways. If you decide that you want to walk that tightrope and keep on having fun out here in the street, and now you created this life that don't have the same direction because you are fucked up and backwards yourself, you are just as guilty as the father who wants to have sex with random fucking females because he has a higher propensity to draw a certain type of female to him, and he just wants to have fun and lay around and spray the sea. He's just as guilty. No one's excluded. Everyone has to be accountable for their shit. I'm so fucking tired of people blaming the system, blaming this, blaming that, when at the heart of it, the shit starts in your household. The shit starts up here. The shit starts down here with you, because you pass on your horrible ass traits. You pass on your jealousy. You pass on your envy. You pass on your arrogance. and your self-righteousness. You think you know everything. You can't be told nothing. You pass that shit on. You're not humble. You don't want to hear or receive. You're too braggadocious. You don't think that your shit stinks. You're just as guilty. And here we are, 2023. This shit is not going anywhere. If anything, it's only going to get worse. Am I lying?
Accountability is key, and is what people need to take responsibility for making those bad decisions. You know, exactly. Pass to one generation to the next. Fuck decision. Fuck thinking. Way of moving. You know what I'm saying? So that's could be a good example. Could be a good example. Your seed's gonna stink. You see what I'm saying? They your footsteps. They looking at you. How you walking? If you handling your business right, are you there for them? Do you give them an ear to hear? Do you got an ear to hear them? Do you understand them? It's not all things. You got to raise fuck. That's what society is from, because they always want to exchange time, money, all the time. The truth is, to raise these kids properly, everybody's gonna have to spend some money. Time is more important than money, because time they lost because you didn't raise your mind. You can always gain $1, but you can't go back 20, 30 years and get that time back. When that time is up, your time is through. It's no more. It's not going to say, wait a minute. It's not going to say, hold up. You done. So people need to start valuing their time better. You know what I'm saying? And do these kids need to be raised properly in their mind? Hell yeah. Not by the pocket. You can't teach these kids valuable lessons trying to buy them the new Jordans all the time. That's not helping them. You know what I'm saying? You need to teach them how to take care of themselves, be self-sufficient, and so if something happened to you, they know how to move out here. They know what's going on out here. That's more valuable than some fucking money all the time. There's some child support. But people always want to put the child support first. But we can't even, as far as can't even see their kids. You tell me how much money you dishing out that's gonna save a life in 15, 20 years that you didn't even see him. I don't care how much money you dished out. He don't fucking know what's going on out here. Period. So accountability is key. That mom, whoever the son's mom is, I believe, I believe she played a heavy role in that kid feeling like that. And as far as the stepfather, he's responsible too to a certain degree, because he chose to stay with that woman, whoever that boy's mother was. You see what I'm saying? And you brought up a great point earlier and said that the kids be watching how the mom, disrespects the man. If a woman don't respect you, she don't love you. So the whole time that this woman was probably disrespecting this man, Most likely that's what was happening if he felt like he could do that to him. She never loved him. Period. She never loved that man. So why? So that's why the son felt so, you know, so comfortable saying, "Well, damn, my mom don't even fuck with you. I can go get this and do you right now." Dudes don't understand. He got himself caught up in a situation where the man, in my opinion, the man should have been left. Period. And as far as the son, he should have had a I don't know the situation, but he should have had a relationship with his biological dad. That's why when people get into these relationships and you know it's you dating somebody with kids, it's better to go ahead and start your own family, man. It is. So you can avoid those type of situations because they out here, they still exist. I mean, not every situation end like that, but not every situation is a fucking fairy tale either. That's just the bottom line. Fairy tales don't always exist. So people gotta have their mind on straight and move properly out here. But everybody gotta play a role. And if you're not playing that role, then you gotta get the hell on. You got anything to add?
It's, it's just, this isn't something, that's new. You hear stories about this all the time. Unfortunately, it doesn't really do anything, only for maybe a temporary moment. You have these discussions. You see it blasted all social media.
Iron Five Horse, yeah. The Brady Bunch was a crock of shit. It was false advertising is what it was. Ain't no ain't no modern day family moving like that. Hell no. And that's not the way it's gonna be. Ain't nobody gonna come in with three and then three and put it together and then everybody gonna be happy. It don't work like that.
You ain't let me finish my thought.
Oh, go ahead. You got the floor.
While I agree with her statement, if that is her, my apologies if I'm mistaken. Social media is a frightening place. I said this before, it can be used for good and it can be used for evil. When you get these type of stories on social media, I'm one of those folks that will read the comment section. You will have people that says the most idiotic things in the comment section. Some people will have empathy. Other people will go into this tangent about blaming parents. And then some will blame the government. And then some will blame and go back and forth arguing with people in the comment section. At the end of the day, like I said, we've all gone through something. We've all had our share of experiences. If there was a TV screen in front of me right now that showcased and highlighted all of your discrepancies throughout the entire tenure of your life, and I was able to watch for myself things that even people here never knew about. Nobody is exempt. We all had our shit, but we know better. That's basically what I'm saying. All of us really know better to a certain degree. And for the folks, that got steered in the wrong direction, who's there to help them? Who's going to say, it's my birthright to step in and say, no one else believes in you. Let me say something. Who's going to take a stand for what's right? We all here for the most part agree on a lot of what's happening. A lot of people out there agree on what we're talking about right now. But what after that? How do we hold these people accountable? These parents, these folks that want to continue to have indiscriminate sex and bring people into the world that they know that they cannot take care of. When are we going to hold these folks accountable that's doing all of this damage in our community? When are we going to hold ourselves accountable for our parts? A lot of us are responsible for a lot of the fucked up stuff that's going on in some people's life, whether we admit it or not. And I know I've contributed to my share of bringing damage into someone else's existence because of my lack of empathy or comprehension of how the world works and how decisions affect everyone. I can take accountability for my part. Not only take accountability but look at it, understand it, receive it, and then moving forward, make sure I don't continue to make the same choices again and again. Who's willing to do that? It's easy for us to say we got faith and we believe and we want to do it right until you have to be the one to be an example. We can talk about it all day, but who's going to be an example? That's ultimately my whole point of this. I want to be an example.
Well, consistency, to me, consistency is greatness, bro. I mean, it's a tough road to be an example, but you gotta practice that consistency, man. It's just what it is. We gotta own our shit, just like you touched on. And if you and that's the first step in creating that change. So if you want to change, you gotta accept your own bullshit for what it really is. If you can't own your shit, then you ain't gonna never change. And that's real talk right there.
I ain't gonna hold you, bro. And this is some real shit. I don't know if I can speak for anybody else, but I've had days where I'm at work or I'm just doing everyday living and I'm interacting or I'm on the phone and I have flashbacks about the damage that I done caused to somebody, the hurt and the pain I done brought to somebody's life because of my immaturity. I've had nightmares about shit like that. There's been times that I had to smoke and I had to drink because of my choices and decisions. How I be acting or how I snap on somebody for just trying to care about me and love me and shit. Sometimes that stuff will eat you up if you really care about your impact. Everybody here, you are important. You have a role, a purpose. You have a gift that someone needs, whether it's through visual, mental. You have a gift. A lot of us waste our gifts. A lot of us go to our graves with empty boxes. Let that sink in. There's folks out here that could have took different routes if we had did what we were supposed to do. And I think about that a lot. How I might have altered somebody's course because of the way I was acting. And that's why I conduct myself a certain way. I understand that I have to do things that's going to be uncomfortable. But in order for me to do what I'm supposed to do, I have to be grounded the way I'm supposed to be in the one who created me. And if you're not grounded, and if you're not spiritually sound and mentally sound, and you're not covered in the ways that you need to be covered, you then allow attacks from all angles of life to affect the way we continue to carry and conduct and walk. You gotta protect your peace, you gotta protect your mental state, you gotta protect your family, you gotta protect your friends, you gotta protect your job, you gotta protect every single aspect of what makes you you. And I mean, and that's just how I feel about that. And I don't think a lot of people who get into these situations with kids where they just choose to sleep with folks that don't deserve their time of day. I don't understand how they end up in the situations they end up in where it's baffling to me. But then it's not baffling to me because I've been in a situation where I've created a mess myself, and I'm gonna have to live with it. And I mean, that's just really how I feel about it at the end of the day. The young man that killed or shot the stepfather, his issues stem from something far deeper than just the mom, and it starts there, but you know that had to significantly affect how this eventually turned out later. And the stepfather, whatever his role was, I don't know.
It wasn't supported. Like she had to support him, you know, with the raising, with the upbringing of the kids. And I felt like that was failure too, because like I said before, for the most part, once somebody had been through all that, you know, with somebody and had kids with them and however it went, you see what I'm saying? They not really trying to go through that again. To be honest, they not. They not. You know what I'm saying? It's like you're not trying to make the same mistake twice. Should I say? So maybe she didn't view him like she should have viewed him, or like he thought that he was viewed, or something like that. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But in those situations like that, you gotta have the support. Both parties gotta be supportive. It's just like if you start your own family, right? And you made that kid or whatever like that. You know what I'm saying? You expect some respect. You expect some support too. I mean, it just comes with it. You know what I'm saying? You want respect, you want support, and vice versa. They gotta look to you. You the leader. You the head. You know what I'm saying? You can't move. Wrong out here. You got people depending on you. You got to take care of your family. So, with that being said, that's why going back to the beginning, it's difficult. I'm not gonna necessarily say that you that men are weak for trying to raise a man's child, but it is a fine line in that weakness. I'm gonna say that it's a fine line in weakness, and you gotta you gotta be the judge for your own situation. And I'm gonna put it to you like that, because all situations ain't sweet. All situations ain't meant for you to stay in. Especially so nothing won't happen to you like what happened to that man with that kid. Now the kid was about what? I think he was about what, 17, 18. So he looked like he was gonna be living with his mama till he about 40. You know, he looked like he was one of them type. Like he ain't never leaving the crib. So to me, that's disrespect right there. You 18 and in your mind you don't even want to leave the crib. You know what I'm saying? So that was heading for destruction right there. You got to get out the
Do you
crib.
mind? I'm sorry. Do you mind bringing me up to speed on the situation? I didn't get to hear in the beginning. So, what happened between this young man and
Sure.
I think you said stepfather?
Yeah. Well, it was a situation where the son shot his stepdad over the stepdad trying to tell the stepson to wash dishes. You know, I mean, I'm pretty sure before that situation happened, it was a build up. Of course, most times in situations like that, he may have asked them numerous of things to do. So I'm not gonna just say he just he just reacted off of the dishes. I'm pretty sure it was numerous of things that transpired before the stepson snapped on his stepdad like that, shot him. So it had to be a lot of stuff to build up to him asking him that, and he just snapped.
Oh yeah, that screams long-term situation. And I can tell you, my personality, people can do things repeatedly that I hate, that get on my nerves. I tell them about it, it doesn't stop, so then I just quit telling them about it. And then the day comes when I snap over something else, like this young man snapping over the dishes. I may not have a shotgun, but that's when I can tear you up with my mouth. And it's especially that being a 17-year-old and you saying he looked like, what I got from it was a true mama's boy. He wasn't used to sharing mama, and now all of a sudden you got this man trying to tell him what to do. He was immature, and I don't know the details. I don't know what the stepfather's upbringing towards the boy was. I don't know if he was trying to instill, some things that a young man would need to know. But either way, it's just messed up on so many levels. For a 17-year-old to have the conviction to do that, I don't care what color, I don't care what gender. If a child, because 17's child is upset enough to pull the triggers, and there's some next level ish that had gone on, whether it be mental, physical, whatever the deal is. So, I mean, that's just how I see it up front. But yeah, anyway, I'm gonna listen for a little while now that I chimed that in.
Yeah, wasn't it a situation? I'm asking you up top, man. Was it or either one of you can answer this? Wasn't it a situation that Marvin Gaye shot his dad? Didn't that happen too?
I believe so.
He shot his father.
Yeah.
So it was a lot of stuff that had to be going on, like she said, in his head for him to react like that. preferably his emotional state of mind was probably messed up. I would say the emotional part would have to fall under, once again, dealing with mom again. You know what I'm saying? Because the stability and the emotional and all of that got something to do with her. And like I said before, some of these situations don't even need to get this far, whereas though you're telling my kid what to do, you know, you're doing this and all of that. Like, it don't even have to get like that. But my thing going back to, you got to have these conversations, because it could be confusion in the home if the kids and the parents is not on one accord. And I believe that happen a lot in homes. Kids don't be on one accord with what the parents want. The mom can be undermining the step parent, stepdad, whatever. So it's a lot of scenarios that play a factor in a kid's actions like that. Like, he took action, so he
I,
took some action
I agree
on
with
that. So his uh his emotional stage was kind of disturbed for him to do that. I don't think it's just based on the dishes, even though it's stated that he asked him to wash the dishes and he did what he did, but it was a whole lot of stuff leading up to him asking him about them dishes. You know what I mean? So that's the part that made the boy, snap on him like that.
something about that triggered him, no pun intended, even though I'm going to admit it was a good one. No, for real, he might have had a silent trigger in that kid. And that's why communication is so important. Not just amongst the adults, but that's where it starts. If you, as a couple, communicate, then you probably get a lot further with either and or both parents being able to communicate with that child effectively. If you take the time to learn the child, then you learn to speak their language. You learn how to get on their level. And if there are problems, most of the time it can be talked out. And if he was a truly unstable child and they had been communicating, maybe the kid needed help, anything like that. But communication is key, and I'll bet there was a big lack of that for it to get to that degree. Because, I came from a toxic household. My parents didn't communicate because they didn't like each other. My dad was a dry drunk by the time I was alive, but he was always emotionally abusive. And I saw how that went for my siblings. I know how it's gone for me. And if my parents had just been able to talk to each other and talk to me openly and talk to my brothers and sisters that way, things would have gone a lot differently. Just like, if my opinion, if they had ever brought God into the situation, that changes things. They didn't do any of those things. And unfortunately, I'll bet that's a similar case for this young man who, at some point, is going to have to acknowledge what he did to himself. And I can't imagine carrying the trauma that he's going to carry, because all the baggage that goes with it. Not just the physical act, but everybody that got hurt in the process.
I got a question though.
Okay.
Do you think that if father or mom starts a serious relationship like that, and they have kids involved, if kids are involved, do you think it's proper to to just automatically get kids counseling if they not let's just say they're not with their biological mother, they're not with their biological father, and if they're in a situation like that, do you think it's the other parent's responsibility to just put them in counseling? It don't matter who you choose, who your partner is, or whatever. Just put them in there.
I think family counseling would be where they would learn each other, and I think they would stand a lot better chance if they saw their parents going the extra mile to try and make a happy family and to learn them, and for the children to get to truly learn the parent that's biological and the parent that's chosen
Step
to
up.
take them,
Mm-hmm.
under their wing as well. I think it would help. I bet it would save a lot of lives, and it would save a lot of marriages and make a lot more happy, productive members of society right across the board. Again, it doesn't matter your financial status or anything else. If you can communicate, and especially, like you said, family counseling. If the child has a problem, maybe family counseling and individual counseling, if you know yourself, the better you know yourself. If you're able to respect and love yourself, you project that and your children learn it. It's there. I mean, if you don't have a therapist that is on your level, that can hamper it, but to at least put the effort in, I think that would make such a huge impact on marriages and the youth.
I'll be honest with you. I think a lot of people could use counseling. Not even just children, but some, like I said, everybody has a gift. Some folks are good at articulating, analyzing, listening, and helping you break barriers and destroy certain things within your own psychosis that can help you heal. Some people have that capability and ability to do it. Why folks demonize psychology and therapists? Why they do it? Could be a number of reasons. The enemy wants you to stay damaged and broken and separated from healing and from finding yourself. So the enemy uses tactics to demoralize the idea of getting help from another human being, and puts all of these other implications in place to distract you from getting the help that you need. There's a lot of reasons for it, but I do think that a lot of people could benefit from it. I would have done it myself, but I'm stubborn. I would rather take all of my issues to God, whether or not I get a direct answer immediately or not. I'd rather go to Him than go to another human being just off of the experiences that I've had with humans. And I'm not saying it in a negative way. It's just that when you understand human nature, you kind of just you kind of just realize that there's only a certain limit you can go. But that's just
Well, the devil does come to kill, steal, and destroy. And I was having this conversation with someone the other day. Some people, maybe they don't live the life that my morals or, we'll just leave it at that. Maybe they don't live the way
I guess she lost service.
Okay. We'll just she'll probably join. But touching back on what you were saying, that kid, that kid has some, most likely that kid has some mental health issues, and I felt like it's the biological, like I said, the biological parent is the primary. Hey, you back? All right.
I don't even remember what I was saying. I got so caught up. It had to do with my family, but that's such a complex subject that I don't even, I literally don't. Oh, yes, I do. Yes, I do.
Yeah, we was
The
talking.
devil does come to kill, steal, and destroy. And I was saying, I started to compare it to someone in particular, but I don't think I have to. There are things that happen in our life that we think are blessings. And I have seen firsthand that the devil can give you everything you're praying to God for, knowing that it's bad, knowing it's going to end up bad for you. But when God comes across with a true blessing, it seems to reflect itself. And I really wish that my parents had something like that in my life. They sent me to church. They didn't go. And I got sent to a church where I was bullied. So, it was later in life before I developed any kind of relationship with God. But you know what? Kids, they want their parents' approval. That's their main goal in the world, their parents' approval. And if they started when they were little, taking them to church or something like that, introducing them to something loving that's bigger than them and that can help them, I think not only would the devil have a lot less chance to steal, kill, and destroy, maybe have folks not needing therapy. Like you said, you pray about it. And I've noticed a lot of men, it's not just you. You talked about the counseling being demonized as you were a kid. I have a nephew that's not even a year younger than me that has been through some traumatic stuff, and so have his kids, and he still doesn't believe in counseling. He won't get his stepson help, and that young man has some mental problems. I mean, significant diagnosed mental problems. And men are expected to not cry, to be the strong one, to be the provider. Well, I mean, that's the whole world on your shoulders. So I do commend you for taking it to God. And my only problem with therapy is if you're not on the same page with your therapist. Because I've had two good ones that understood me and could talk to me. They were able to speak, I guess, to my soul. And in a new marriage, a new relationship, yeah, I go back to the counseling, but I don't think God is ever a bad idea. Not just, I don't know, that the way you're approaching it is blind faith, because people could educate you. Sure, they might be able to open your eyes, but there's a difference in having it spoken to you from someone you can see and it coming to fruition, and you putting it in God's hands, something you can't see and it coming to fruition as well. So that's where I'm going to drop off with that, and I'm going to keep listening to y'all.
Yeah, not enough healing going on. There's things that's being promoted more and more every day that is obviously wrong, obviously causing more chaos and more destruction, but it's being celebrated as if it's the best thing to ever happen. What do you do? How do you combat that? I mean, you look at it. This kid shot his stepfather, and like you said, it stems from something more than just him asking about dishes. That type of anger comes from something way deeper than that. Could that have been avoided? Could the mom or the other parent have done something to prevent this from happening, or was it inevitable?
There had to have been red flags, man. There had to have been red flags. There's no way. I mean, unless the kid was so severely mentally ill, I mean, you feel me on this. There had to have been red flags. I don't know if mom just never saw him or the kid and the new husband never told her. I don't know if she was indifferent, if she didn't want to go against her new husband, or maybe she didn't know what to do. Maybe it was inevitable. We never know when, how, or why. It just, we all die one day. Maybe, we could speculate a million different ways, but I'm guessing there were red flags. There had to have been.
Yeah, I think those red flags are within that child at the time. The void. There was a void with that kid, man. This is no cap all world. We're just gonna put it on the table. That kid was suffering the same way a lot of these kids out here suffering today. When two people come together, make kids, and whatever situation happens, marriage, whatever, and everything fails, everybody go their separate way. Within that relationship, you still got another relationship that you got to pay attention to. And I think most people don't give a damn about that at the time. They only care about their own relationship that failed. So my thing is, with that kid, probably had a void. Most likely, he had a void, and the void was, whatever happened between his parents, he wasn't seeing his dad. He probably wanted to see his father, or whatever the case is. And you got somebody stepping in, and that's what guys got to pay attention to. You stepping into a situation that you really don't even know the whole 411, man. And that's the thing. When you don't know the whole 411, then you could be setting yourself up for failure. You set yourself up to drown. And when I mean the whole 411, what I mean is whoever that woman is that you're dealing with, she got to be honest and tell you exactly what happened, because something had to happen if she's a single, with kids or whatever from the previous or whatever. Because if you don't really know the ins and outs, you don't know what you get yourself into. And I think that's the situation that happened with this kid, most likely. So he probably was suffering from a void, and he wasn't willing to listen to another man's guidance, which means, going back to what I was saying from the beginning, do that make you weak if you try to raise another man's kids? Because in a situation like that, you're not gonna really benefit from doing anything for somebody else's children for real. You don't. The only benefit is what they get from you. You don't really get nothing, to be honest.
don't know. The reason why I really don't agree with that is because my grandmother was married, well, not well, Carmela married to my pop. You know what I'm saying? And he raised me, so technically he was a stepfather, and that wasn't the case with that. Of course, we're going back 30 plus years, so I think it really just varies on the parties involved. There's people out here that can have these type of relationships and it's balanced. But I understand and I'm not naive to the fact that it's probably a minority of that group.
Right.
But it exists. Is it ideal? That's for you to decide. I can't tell nobody one way or another where their heart belongs or who they should give their attention to. That's something that you have to figure out. We all have the same function, same fingers, brain, all that. So
I just don't think you can come into a situation like that and kind of play the role of Mr. Fix It guy, so to speak. I don't think that's possible. You know what I'm saying? You're not Mr. Fix It. The situation should play out as, like we say, the mental health issue. That kid has some mental health issues, big time. And what was going on prior to whoever his step parent was, most likely his mom wasn't meeting his emotional needs. You see what I'm saying? I mean, the man probably, the boy was probably suffering from, like I say, not seeing his biological, don't know what the problem was that happened between them, whatever the case is, and then you got somebody else that you don't even know that's stepping into that role, and that's when you get situations like, man, you ain't my father, blah blah blah. You get a lot of talk back and a lot of rebellion because those issues prior to you meeting her wasn't even solved. You see what I'm saying? Before you even stepped in the picture, this was already going on. You don't even know about that. You come in thinking, everything is sweet, but it's problems all over the place. That's most likely because you're in there, those problems was most likely swept under the rug. You, as a man, you got to be the one to, uncover and reveal these issues that didn't even have anything to do with you in the first place. You not even a concern. You see why they don't probably view you like that, because they already went through the ringer. You see what I'm saying, so to speak. So why would they put you in a situation where they just left from? You see what I'm saying? They already been in that situation.
If he didn't have any idea why his dad wasn't there, and I don't know if they told how long, if he went his whole life without his dad, or how long this man had been in his life. But one of the things you touched on earlier, I wanted to go to it before I come back to this, is that new relationship. And I'm sorry about that beeping. I can't reach the smoke detector, and that thing's been beeping every minute or two for the last 5 days. But anyway, yeah, the relationship, the mom getting involved in the relationship, the kid's going to take the back seat. You got that new relationship. You got, first of all, that honeymoon period and the obligations that she felt to her husband. And I'll bet the kid did take the back seat. And he's got mommy issues because daddy wasn't there. And now all of a sudden you've got this new man. I think you're right. He can't be buddy buddy. He could try to be maybe a role model. He could maybe try to communicate with the child and see if there's anything he could do. Talk to the mom, see if he can find out more about the kid. And he doesn't have to be his buddy, and he doesn't have to be his dad, but he could, possibly find out enough about the kid to have some idea how to talk to him to where it doesn't get so heated that he ends up eating a lead salad and sending a man that, even though he's 17, he'll probably be tried as a man. And best case, worst case scenario would be either sent to a psychiatric ward or a child imprisoned. And we all know neither one of those is going to end well. They've just set them, the system will take an already broken child and make it into a more broken, damaged adult. The pattern just continues until either you die or some miracle happens and your eyes are open, and then there's room for growth. But it's tragic. My mom turned a blind eye to so much, and I felt so guilty when my dad died because I cried, but I cried in relief that he couldn't hurt anyone anymore. He had damaged our family so badly, mentally and emotionally, that, I mean, it was just, it wasn't fair to anyone. And that was back, that was back then. My oldest sister's 21 years older than I am. It's the same today. A single mom is probably, if she's got, I don't know if that was her only son, but I bet if it was, especially, she kept him right there at the hip because he didn't have dad. And then the new man comes along and mama doesn't have time for him like she used to. She just all of a sudden decided that man was everything, and trying to adjust to a man that he doesn't know. They didn't take the time to know each other. They didn't take the time to do anything but hate each other. And yeah, I think that could have been prevented. I don't know how. I can suppose, just like you guys, but I do think it could have been prevented. And it's a tragedy all the way around. There's no good outcome from this, unless, for whatever reason, God had that man taken out of this world. And again, it's a supposition. If he was going to be a really bad man, again, you can think of a million things, but bottom line, I think it could have been avoided somehow.
Let me ask you this question. This couple Joy. In those situations where somebody gets somebody new, like you said, and they start a honeymoon phase, like you said, isn't it true that for the most part they only viewing that new person like a boy toy? They not looking for anything long term in the honeymoon phase?
Oh yeah, the honeymoon phase, that first 6 months to a year before you really know each other, that's about the good times and doing things maybe you weren't able to do before, and really being into each other and learning each other. But a lot of take the back burner in that. I mean, if they're married, if they're looking to go long term, that, you know, that's in the future. But that first 6 months, there's scarcely an argument, and everything's just roses and puppy dogs, and that's what they're in it for. They're getting over whatever they've been through, or, just found somebody they can vibe with. And yeah, they're in it for themselves and whatever they can get out of it during that period. I mean, that's my opinion on it, but yeah.
And far as that guy, you know what he is, because of that, because it's they don't know if it's long term, 6 to a year. You got some guys that take that road too serious when they don't even have to take that road. Being in that road is optional. It's a conflict. It's not. You don't have to be there. You know what I'm saying? You can being stepping in and all that. You can always walk away when your needs not getting met. You don't have to be there. And I think that's one of the other components of being in a situation like that, because if your needs not getting met and you looking at the situation in front of you, you like, well, damn, I don't need this shit. I can leave. You can, and that's part of the reason why you ain't never gonna get that respect of his father. Never. I don't care how long you gonna stay. You never gonna get the same, because the truth is they're not yours. You the only one that got the option to leave, because they own dad chose that option. He not around. So what makes you think that you in stone to stay? The only way you gonna stay is if you choose to stay. You don't have to stay.
That's right. Women leave men all the time. Why wouldn't a man have a toxic relationship?
Right. So that's what dudes gotta understand. If you view it that way, how you think you gonna be in the highest order? You're not gonna ever be in the highest order. You see what I mean? When you don't get nothing, you don't benefit, because the door is always open for you to get the hell out, because you don't even have to be here for real. Because at the end of the day, just like we was talking about with the nursing homes and stuff, with the elderly, they not yours. At the end of the day, you choosing to mold their minds and help their lives out. You don't have to do it. And if she look at you like that, if they know that it's like that, then why, you know what I'm saying, why are you there? You only there because you want to be there. Ain't nobody got a gun to your head or handcuffing you to do this job that another man walked away from. He walked away from his responsibility, bro. At the end of the day, that's the fact.
Yeah, a lot of people just get complacent. It's comfortable. It costs more to get rid of them than it does to keep them. Depending on how long you've been with them, it can cost you alimony. If you adopted these kids, whatever, you might end up with child support. But at the same time, that it's good that the door is open. So for the men that value themselves enough that they're willing, or if they're able, to get away from it, that they choose to get away from it before something like that happens. At least they're not locked in. I wish more men would step up. Women, we're soft. If we're mentally ill and things like that, people are going to some of them are going to treat us like we're weirdos, but a lot of people have just an overwhelming amount of sympathy. It's not that way with men. I mean, it's so unfair. And for a man not to be able to leave, that because he feels like he can't, or for whatever reason. It's just, it's tragic, man. It really is. That I go back to it being a good thing, though, that the door is open. If they're strong enough and they can and they leave, they're going to benefit from it. And it's up to every individual to take care of ourselves and make ourselves happy. People can't fill that void. Nothing can fill that void until you decide to love yourself and put yourself first. Then you're able to bring healthy love and healthy relationships to the table. If you're able to love yourself, and I don't know a whole lot of people that genuinely do that.
I agree. I agree with that point. That's a very good point. That's a very good point. I just feel like a man ain't gonna a man ain't gonna stick around where he not, where he don't feel like he's wanted and all of that. Like we gotta be, it's too much. The situation already is kind of like, you know, overwhelming. So for a dude to stay, it's like, man, you got something gotta be wrong with you to stay. You can come off better starting your own family than to deal with somebody else's problems that you ain't had nothing to do with. I mean, it do be situations like that. I just feel like if a man's gonna stay and do a job like that, it got to be some type of compensation to him for doing that. Because, like I said, the option is always there for him to leave. I don't care if you stay 3 years, 5 years, 10 years. You can always walk. It's the same option no matter how long.
It's a very delicate situation, man. I still believe it's subjective. Some folks are capable of being in that room and it not becoming destructive, but the odds of it being destructive are probably higher. I want to address something that was said in the comment section. You said that you've been isolated for 15 years and that you want to leave. I don't believe you want to leave. I believe God got you here for a reason. That you're on this life for a reason. And if there's anything that I can say right now, is that I shame the devil. I rebuke him right now in the name of Jesus. Whatever hold that he has on you, whatever yoke, whatever bondage he's had over your life, I pray that Jesus and God himself will visit you and will break all of the holds and all of the shackles that's been keeping you. I don't understand, or nor will I ever be able to comprehend the depth of your hurt. I'm not here to be anything other than a friend, someone who just really wants to see you heal and find peace and happiness in your life. We have too much pain spread across this world as it is. And if I could do anything for you right now, it's just leave you with my thoughts and prayers over your life right now. Because if something was to happen to you and I didn't say anything, whether or not I was effective in my prayer or not, if I didn't say anything and something was to have happened to you, I never heard back from you again, that would hurt me. That would break me a little bit. I would feel some type of way, and I don't know the person. I don't really know anyone here that deep, except for a handful of people. So don't take what I'm saying to you in any type of way. I genuinely mean this from my heart. I pray, that God heals you and pulls you out of the darkness that you've been in for all of these years. We, as a human race, man, we gotta pray for each other more. We gotta be there for each other more. We gotta speak on these things, man. We gotta denounce all of this wickedness, and we gotta stand for something, man. We can't just keep allowing these things to continuously happen over and over and over and over. You know what I mean? It's getting way out of hand, and sex seems to be the thing that's the most popular. Everybody wants to lay down with somebody. Everybody wants love. Everybody wants this and that. Don't want to work for it. Don't want to heal themselves and put themselves in the best position to get the things that they need. They want to get it quick and easy, but they don't want to wait on God. They don't want to wait on divine moments and interventions and situations to take place for these things to fall into place. We hard-headed. We want to do everything our way. We want it right then and there. How we want it. When we want it. Whether it feels good or doesn't. We just want it like that. And this is the result of it. It's always the result. Every time. Every single time. It's the same outcome. Always. And I mean, shit is just trash. It really is. All of it. My heart goes out to anyone who lost their loved one to something so ignorant, so small and futile as jealousy or rage, or just being in their feelings at the moment. We gotta start using our brain a little bit. And like I said earlier, we gotta start taking accountability for how we screw up other people. We gotta start healing ourselves.
We gotta make better choices, better decisions.
Yeah. No, don't worry about it, Joey. I understand. That's how it be sometimes with these internet connections. And that's why I really, for me personally, I'm glad that I'm mobile and I can stay in one spot. Because if I was moving around, I probably would be going in and out too. So it's all good. I'm just glad and grateful that you were here. Your perspective, your opinion, your thoughts on all of this, man, has been phenomenal. The comment section has been phenomenal. Every single comment, every single thought, man, has just been top tier. Really, it got me thinking about how I'm going to carry myself, Lord willing. I wake up in the morning, I see another day, and I get ready to start this week, and what kind of spirit I'm taking with me in the morning. Dope conversation tonight. Sunday night at that, man. It's Mother's Day. Yesterday we had a banger. Today, man, I think we really pushed it to the limit, man. I couldn't be more happy for everybody that's in attendance. I appreciate everybody. I pray for everybody.
I mean, I know it's Mother's Day, but I just felt like this was real necessary to go ahead and and get this out the way. And it's good that Miss Joy was on here with us, so we can look at this, man, and do what we do best. So I'm just happy we had this topic discussed, man, and we're gonna see if we can deliver another banger.
Hey, look, I think this is the longest we've done live so far.
Oh, we just set a record on Mother's Day.
Two
Set a record, bro. See what I'm saying? We gotta keep it going, bro.
If y'all ain't catch my post, right? I'm gonna leave it here. I've been working behind the scenes trying to get my audio and my visuals and all of these different things right. I have multiple platforms. I'm on TikTok. I'm on YouTube. I'm here. I'm on Twitter. I even have Discord and there's another app. I can't think of the name of it right now. I have multiple. And I've been trying to find a way to conform and consolidate all of my sites into one place so that when we go live, we're plugged in everywhere. Well, we're finally here. We're finally here. After all of the struggle and the frustration I've been having trying to figure out how to use the functions, this Saturday, we are going live on YouTube, officially going back to where it all started. But this time, we are connected, we are plugged in to every single platform that I have. So not only will we be live here, we will be live everywhere else at the same time. So you're not going to want to miss the next one.
It's gonna be a banger.
Now, if you wanna be a part of the panel, I want to say this too. I am able to have 11 people pull up to join the live. 11 people. That being said, if you are interested in joining that live, if you want to be a part of the panel on Saturday, hit me up. I will send you a link, and I will let you know what time's going on. Or if you just want to be a part of the audience, that's cool too. Saturday, we are definitely going to be turning up. This is going to be the first time that we broadcast in multiple places. So, yeah, stay on alert for that. If y'all have any final words or any comments before we get off of here, I'm gonna leave it to y'all. The tic-tac-toe tournament is on deck. Whoever's familiar with that, you know what I'm talking about. Yeah,
so I guess that's a challenge. I guess we're giving out challenges, right? That's what we do, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm hip.
In 2 weeks, I'm taking down names for everybody who wants to be a part of it. It's gonna be 2 rounds. The best 2 out of 3. If you lose, you go home. If you win, you continue on. So if y'all interested, pull up. Let me know what's going on. We'll make something happen.
That's gonna be dope. That's a dope thing to do, man. That's a throwback game too at that.
Yeah. Absolutely. But yeah, man. this was dope, man. We ended this night off pretty sweet, man. I couldn't ask for anything better. I appreciate you for jumping on here, bro. Mr. Joy, pulling up.
It's always iron sharpens iron. You know what I'm talking about? Iron sharpens iron, bro. And we gonna keep representing like we always do.
Absolutely.
But
Look, man, if you're not,
I know everybody gotta get up in the morning. It's been nice. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I'm 6 rings. This is what we do. This good brother right here is, I mean, he been good to me for over 20 years. Really 23 years strong and counting. This is a good dude right here. I appreciate you, bro. Keep doing your thing.
100. If y'all not following this brother, man, go check him out. 6 rings 28. If you're not following me, definitely need to go ahead and pull up, man, because we're going to be turning up this year. Like I said, I got 2 more projects that I'm working on right now. We about to debut on YouTube officially, and we got this tournament coming up. So yeah, man, pull up, share this out, share my post out, like, share, subscribe to the channel. You already know what it is. This is Deep Entropy in 6 Rings. All world.
The co-star of all co-stars. Yeah, we're gonna keep it litty Saturday. Tune in. We're gonna do this thing again.